Give me a break. I'm sure that you've used those words sometime, somewhere in your life, when you felt that you've been imprisoned and you're just hard-pressed from all sides and you need a breakthrough. Well, I want to talk about that, but I want to do it against the backdrop of an amazing story in Acts chapter 16 in the Bible that we find. And in that story, or actually an account of an historic fact, we find that Paul the apostle, one of God's early missionaries, Paul and his co-worker Silas have been put in jail because they were speaking about Jesus. And there they were in jail. And I'm sure that they might have had kind of a prayer that says, give me a break. And in that story, you find three amazing breaks. There was a break in, a break out, and a breakthrough. Break in, break out, breakthrough. So here's how it goes. Firstly, I want to encourage you that if you are in some other form of a prison or a restricted situation and you need a breakthrough, then please start with this. Number one, Paul and Silas broke into the courts of heaven by praising and singing to God in their prison. What an amazing situation. And I would like to encourage you to please break into the presence of the Lord. Have an attitude that says, I will not give up. Like Paul and Silas, I will not let this get me down. Let something arise in you today that says, I will keep on praising God. I will keep on giving God thanks, even although I feel like I'm in prison and I'm restricted. That's what they did. So they broke into the courts of heaven. They broke in by their praise and their thanksgiving to God. And lo and behold, the next thing that happened is that God broke into the prison to break them out. It's amazing. And so God's response was to send an earthquake. And they shook up that whole prison, and actually the chains fell off the prisoners and they were set free. It's an amazing thing that happened as God broke them out. But I would like to say to you today, please allow God to break into your restrictive mindsets. Most of us have strongholds of opinion. Things that we think, this is it. This is how it works. This is how life works. This is how people work. And God needs to break into those. Allow Him to. Allow Him to send a shake-up into your world, to break you out of all the restrictions that might have come into your life by your past experiences. Do not limit God by what you've experienced. God is greater than that. And I pray to God that He would send an earthquake into your life and break you out of your mindset and the things that you are in. But finally, as Paul and Silas experienced this breakout from God, they didn't run off, but they saw that the jailer was about to kill himself, and they stopped him and said, no, no, no. And eventually they led him to the Lord, him and his whole household. And it became a massive testimony in that city of God's power. But I would like to say to you simply this, that finally for breakthrough, after you've done some breaking into heaven by your attitude of heart and praise and allowing God to break into your life and break you then out of your mindsets of restriction, then breakthrough comes when you obey God. And I would like to ask you please to know that it's in applying God's word, it's in doing what God says on a daily basis and keeping on doing, not just once or twice, but keeping on doing, that your breakthrough will come. When God says something to you, start doing it today and don't stop. Don't let anything stop you. And God will give you, finally, the breakthrough. I pray that you will be encouraged tremendously as you put this to practice and as you think about this. And I pray, Lord, give help and help people to finally break through to the glory of your name. God bless you.